Good morning, everyone. Another glorious morning here in the Pacific Northwest. It shouldn't be too bad today and not too hot. So I think in the mid 80s, nice comfortable temperatures for the summer. We are still reading through the book of Ezekiel. We're now in chapter 34, verses 1 through 11. The word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. In these words prophesy to them. Thus says the Lord God, woe to the shepherds of Israel who have been pasturing themselves. Should not shepherds rather pasture the sheep? You have fed off their milk, worn their wool, and slaughtered the fatlings. But the sheep you have not pastured. You did not strengthen the weak, nor heal the sick, nor bind up the injured. You did not bring back the strayed, nor seek the lost, but you lorded it over them harshly and brutally. So they were scattered for lack of shepherd, and became food for all the wild beasts. My sheep were scattered and wandered all the mountains and high hills. My sheep were scattered over the whole earth, with no one to look after them or to search for them. Therefore, shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As I live, says the Lord God, because my sheep have been given over to pillage, and because my sheep have become food for every wild beast, for lack of a shepherd, because my shepherds did not look after my sheep, but pastured themselves and did not pasture my sheep, because of this, shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. Thus says the Lord God, I swear I am coming against these shepherds. I will claim my sheep from them and put a stop to their shepherding my sheep so that they may no longer pasture themselves. I will save my sheep, that they may no longer be food for their mouths. For thus says the Lord God, I myself will look after and tend my sheep. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. We just transitioned in this chapter 34. The chapters 12 through 33 were a series of judgments that are given not only to Israel but to other nations, and then finally to the city of Jerusalem itself. We transition in chapters 34 through 37, where we now have glimmers of hope for the people. And in this case, we're having glimmers of hope for those who should have been shepherded properly, but were not. So he's addressing the leaders who were supposed to be doing their due diligence of shepherding the sheep, and instead were taking advantage of them. And in the end, the key, I think, to the whole thing is this important promise that God is making. He said, for thus says the Lord God, I myself will look after and tend my sheep. An incredible promise. I believe we see this in the Messiah, God's chosen one, his anointed one. Stay safe, folks. Hopefully we'll see each other soon. Bye for now.